Hi, I'm Avi, and this is my camper van. This is a Dodge Caravan 2001.
And why did you decide to go with the minivan?
For a lot of reasons, actually. The minivan is just like for stealth camping anyway. It's just pretty much the best. You can kind of just park anywhere. It's really good on gas. This particular engine is really strong in this minivan, and it just, if you can maintain them, you can just have them for a lot longer. And the gas mileage is so much better. Yeah, so this works really well as a cupboard, but this surface comes in handy on so many occasions, and it actually sports quite a lot of weight in this simple construction. And then basically I just use this as my table for preparing food and cooking food and pretty much doing everything. I set up a chair in the back, and yeah, this functions as my table. And I got this set up here so that it's totally a rain shelter, and I have a tarp that I can put over the sides if it's kind of really bad weather, but I haven't experienced that so far. This has always been sufficient, and it's kind of a perfect kitchen setup. Let's just check out the living quarters, I guess. So this bed is actually built on a platform that comes out about 4 feet, and then the last 2.5 feet or so slides over, so we can slide that up into a bench, which I'll show you. But this is the setup anyway. And I got these lights. These are LED battery powered lights, and they're amazing at the dollar store. I would highly suggest them. Or a solar light. This works incredibly well too. And yeah, I have to push these seats far forward as they can go, but I have more than enough room in them, like 5'11.5", and it's just perfect for me. And yeah, I can convert it now. You know, because it's such a small space, it gets messy very fast, and you have to really kind of keep on that, which is a kind of a key aspect of this lifestyle. Like, it just forces you to do these things, just keep tidy and live simply. But I mean, you can have everything you need, but just Rubbermaid bends and things are the way to go.
So what made you want to live this kind of lifestyle?
Well, basically I was working full-time in Victoria, and I was at a place that I could, you know, kind of afford, but I'm sure like everybody else, not living as well as they wanted to, and I pretty much just decided to do this and go anywhere. And it's a lot of freedom that, you know, it's kind of scary at first, but that's why I did it. I don't know.
Were you inspired to live a minimalist lifestyle before this, or is this kind of your first?
No, so I've been watching videos on Vanlife for like the past year or so, and just like looking at a lot of different setups, and I've always wanted to do it, but I never like made the leap, and I just came to a point where I decided that now is the time to do it. So I've never done this kind of thing before, and I always wanted to live like simply. I've always lived in the cities. So yeah, this is my attempt at that, I guess.
How have you found using the solar shower?
The solar shower works really well. If you can get it in the direct sunlight for like 2 hours, it gets really hot and stays hot for a while. I've actually just kept it in my car, and the car's been hot, and that keeps it pretty warm. Not like super warm, but it works totally for me. And it holds like 3 showers, like almost 3 full showers, so it's $10. It's a worthy investment for sure. But you have to have a good place to go with it.
Yeah.
So I was trudging deep in the forest where no one would see me naked showering. So basically the whole idea is that I wanted to have some sort of like maneuverability with this setup, so it's not totally static, so I can switch things up a little bit if I want to. This way I can actually, like, I sit pretty well, and I have like a little board that I can put here and use my computer if I really ever needed to, but it's just kind of more of a lounge type situation. I just thought it would be a good idea to have something that slides out just for the option if I wanted it to have, like, I don't know, kind of a living space. It actually works pretty well. It functions as both. So just a note on blacking out the windows. Huge trial and error process for me, because like I've watched a lot of videos about it, and everyone's got different techniques, and it's just like the way your van is setup is unique, so you have to kind of adapt to it. I ended up just getting this particle board, Bristol board or whatever, from the dollar store. It was $1, and you just kind of trace out the frame. And these are rubber floor mats, again from the dollar store, for like $2. And as you can see, these are like Velcro things from previous attempts that I haven't taken down yet. But these fit in pretty perfectly. I mean, they could fit in a little bit better, but at night they totally block everything out. It works totally effectively. And in the back for these, I just cut out the shape. Again, these rubber floor mats, and they totally block out the light. Yeah.
And what do you do for the front windows?
Right. Also, I got this regular old sunshade. These things are actually amazing. You put it up in the front, and the best thing about it in the city is, especially in a minivan like this, nobody bats an eye. You know, it's like, sure, it's just some, you know, like family or whatever. They put this in the morning so the car doesn't get hot when they go to school or whatever. This is the best. So I got another, like, this is one for a smaller car, and it's actually a lot better quality. You can't see through it, like light will not penetrate through it. But I just kind of put it up in the back, so it's a barrier, a visual barrier in case anyone looks in. And I got this, just, you know, simple black polyester blanket that I just drape over the seats, and or I could even tuck it into the gasket up here and shut the door on it, and it forms a pretty good another visual barrier. So with those two, you can't even tell. And it's when it's dark outside, and this is black, it doesn't look suspicious at all. It totally just looks like it's dark in here. So I found this particular setup to work really well if you're quiet, you know, stealth camping in the city.
So what have been some challenges that you found with van life?
Well, the main thing is, like, it depends where you are, if you're in the city or the country, but it's always the same problem, finding out where you're going to park for the night. If you're doing the stealth camp, I've actually gone to a few situations where I've pre-booked like a place or just stayed with a friend, and that was pretty nice because you could just park it somewhere where you don't have to worry. But yeah, the biggest challenge so far is finding a place to actually camp for the night stealthily. Well, it's just that everything takes so much longer to do. Like if you have to, you know, you can't be somewhere, you have to go in the city, find a washroom, find a shower, like those things you can get. Gym memberships are really good. A lot of people talk about them. You can get gym memberships and, you know, just go use the shower and washroom in the morning, or, you know, if you have a friend, go shower there. But yeah, that was pretty much the biggest thing. Everything just takes a lot more time. Everything is a bit more challenging, but in the end, I find it's rewarding.
So is this something that you want to do just temporarily, or as kind of a launching pad for something, or?
So initially I decided to do this, that, you know, I would save money and I would be able to, you know, just live simply. And now I'm living simply, but I'm not exactly saving money, because you buy an older car and just like everything about it costs money. And at the end of the day, it's not I have found that I'm saving so much, it's just worth the experience and the freedom of everything. So I'm going to do it for as long as it's fun, pretty much, and then I'll do something else.
Would you recommend this kind of lifestyle to somebody?
Only if you're up for the challenges of being totally uncertain. But with that freedom is pretty amazing. Like, I was driving down the road the other day, it was just, I don't really have anywhere to be. I can go anywhere, and that feeling alone is totally worth all the anxiety. But it's a learning curve, so you know, you'll figure it out. Everyone figures it out. There's lots of good forums out there. You meet a lot of cool people on the road. I've seen a lot of people. I've only had the courage to talk to 1 or 2 people so far, but everyone seems to be really helpful in sharing tips. So I've only been doing it for about 2 weeks, so we'll see you again in about 2 months.
Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed that episode. Make sure to click subscribe and stay tuned for next week, where me and Avi actually build this camper van setup. We did some videos together. This was one of them, and episode 2 is coming out next week, where we break it down and build it up. If you enjoyed this series and want to support this channel, click this Patreon link right here. Otherwise, watch something here and click subscribe right here. See you guys next Monday.